chair exercises. Line up if you're walking wall to wall. Stand up if you're walking in place. Get your weights. Step on your bike. Start your treadmill.
Power on.
Yeah. Oh, I'm stiff, y'all. And this weekend I gotta do set redesign. Ooh, I tell you. Ooh. Yeah. I think it's just because it's winter. You know? Your body get the stiffies. That's not a sexual connotation. Great rising, y'all. Great rising. Thanks for coming on the walk. Yes. Y'all know I'm looking to see if I can see my feet. That is priority for me. They gonna think I'm a black African. That's the subject for this morning, y'all. Here we go. And I am stiff. But so is the earth. Bears and shit is sleeping. Oh, child. Alligators and stuff. This is my warm-up jacket. Yesterday I had a stain on my shirt when I came down. And I couldn't come on camera with it. So, oh. I just got shocked, y'all. Yeah, okay. Oh, I gotta warm up. Ooh. Oh, I wish I could get more of this weight off me. Because I know the more weight that's off me, the better I move around. But it's winter. It's winter. So, I'm pushing my body to do what it doesn't want to do. It wants to relax in the wintertime. Nature, regenerate, rehydrate. I think that's why 66 slowed me down. Yeah, y'all. Oh, so here we are. The end of Kwanzaa, which is so lovely. And to them Ethiopians jumped on me yesterday. Whew, the vibes was high. You know how I had to get them off me? I'd say, looky here now. Looky here, y'all. Y'all did it. Y'all went into Europe. You did it. You was the baddest, you the mightiest. As they say right now, the chosen ones. But guess what? Ethiopia. Black Africans. Guess what? They didn't even give you the courtesy that the other European countries gave you to to imprison you, make you prisoner of wars and imprison you on penal colonies all over the globe. They didn't do that. The Germans totally annihilated millions of you and started chasing after those who shared African blood. And they have been doing it to this day. So a warning from the ancestors, South Africa and other African nations, when you stand close to Russia and Germany and shit, remember, they don't got no black Africans in their country because they annihilated them all and sent the mixed on the run. They call them gypsies. And the German Ethiopians, whoever became Ethiopian, accepted that Hebrew way they started chasing them down and annihilating them. It's all about getting rid of the African. The start, the infusion into Europe. So here we are in this penal colony with the descendants of, and we're on this penal colony, and it's the same bullshit, different millennium. Same bullshit. I don't want nobody thinking I got no African in me, these unicorns say. You're European African. It's in your bloodline, it's in your blood. And while I'm on blood, you African American, stop running y'all, spitting in them things, and sending your DNA off to them ass wipes. They are reclassifying genes. And when they see our genes, they use it for experimentation again. To say they don't have no black in them. So, when certain parts of African come in these Europeans' blood genes, they're going to reclassify them. Because they don't want nobody thinking, and they don't want to think that they got any black African in them. Even now they ain't telling them they got any African in them. And of course, y'all know ain't no Ethiopian. That's called Jewish. That gene. I shut those Ethiopians down. They trying to knock back in, but no, go on, because y'all the reason why all this shit is going on now. Yeah, I voiced their rage yesterday, but no. You going and I'm living through this hell. I'm living through, I don't want nobody to think I got any black African in me. You all do. How can I explain it? I had some good examples this morning. You know, a lot of times to me, male intimate partners assault their female, or should I say the ladies, because I don't want to, I gotta find another name, I don't want the connected, for he is that I am, no, that's fucking bullshit, for I am the world is. Don't get it twisted. So, if he doesn't want to think, his friends to think that he's gay, he beats crap out of his wife. In this society, that makes him macho man. And if he is gay within, he beats the shit out of her and possibly kills her, his intimate female lady partner. Because he wants to prove for a fact positive he has no lady tendencies within him. Ain't that some crazy shit? Happens every day. They said at least every 10 minutes on this penal colony. I'll give you another example. And that's why you old people need to start exercising more, stay at them doctor's offices. Tell your body to heal. You got enough wisdom. You're close to that door. Oh, I forgot. Y'all sitting in churches, sitting in doctor's offices, sitting in and sitting in and sitting in. Oh. Aging is inevitable. It's life. And in advanced countries, but not on this penal colony, but in advanced countries, the elderly are revered, respected. Not here. Here, they put through that aging is horrible. That's the cosmetic company, the medical field, blah, 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 blah. That is horrible. So when you go see them, they're looking in the mirror. And if they are comfortable with aging, it's not a problem. But if they're not comfortable with aging, it's a big problem. They hate the aging process, they hate you. If they're going to trying to do everything to stop the inevitable, then they ain't going to like you. Because the process of aging is happening to them and they don't like it. And then they see you and they don't like you. Y'all with me? So, these European Africans on this penal colony, their whole thing in unlifing the black Africans, attacking, the police attacking the black Africans, is all to say they got no black African in them. I got no black African. I don't even like them. If I saw 3 coming down the street, I'd unlife all 3 of them because I'm a unicorn and I don't like black Africans. If you don't like them, why can't you leave them alone? Why can't you leave them alone? Why can't they live where they want to live, get the education, get fair wages and all that kind of shit? Why? You can't because you're part of us. You can't because you're part of us. You are part black African. All are. Some from way before and some from current. Some from way before, some from in the middle and current. That's how black Africans move. They always have. Oh, I forgot. You gotta dig for that history. Oh, they call it the Romans. The people that suckle from wolves. But in the land of make-believe, you can get away with that. This is also the land where you want your women, your ladies, well no, your women to marry knight in shining armor. Unlifers. As they call serialists. And you want your daughter to marry that. You read bedtime stories. You have your child trained for abuse. Little puppies next door. You have the dogs. Sorry, you have your daughters trained to be abused. Throw down your hair, Rapunzel, because the prince got her locked in the tower. What kind of fuck shit is that? I ain't read that dumb shit. But it's true love. Throw down your hair so I can climb up and save it. But in the land of make-believe, all this. That's why they know we're just like complete followers, fools, make up anything, put anything out. This is the land of make-believe. Because the real truth is, all are African, especially on this penal colony, especially when you hit this penal colony. And so they'll forever be fighting, doing all kind of fuck shit, just to say they have no African in them. I gotta tell y'all, I'm 66. That shit is tiring and boring, and it is not an advanced society. It's a bunch of knuckle draggers. Not an advanced society. Advanced society, as they said, already in Asian, they got flying cars. Y'all still can't get out of women's vaginas. How the hell are y'all an advanced society? Advanced society. In countries, because countries have kings and queens. Penal colonies have presidents. Countries have king, queens, prime ministers. Penal colonies have presidents. That's why it was a penal colony. If this was a country, we would have royalty within the country. But penal colony is controlled by the Brits. Just like the Brits Israel. Talking about a land of losing, honey. Yeah, y'all. Ooh. You know what? I done warmed it up. The pain is gone. How y'all do it? How y'all won't exercise? I don't understand y'all old people like me. I said, come walk with me. Save your feet and toes. Before I got on that treadmill, honey, ooh, wait. But my body is meant to go. So once I started going, it was like, yeah. Come walk with me and save your toes and feet. Yeah, I said, how can you not love yourself? So busy worrying about this one business and that one business. I have been around close to old people who are in the process of matter energy separation. And none of them has ever told me they seen this Jesus thing y'all talking about. They said they seen their mother, they seen their father, they felt the energy, they felt closer. Ain't nobody said nothing about. So, all these years, I spent in a society persecuted, segregated, all this shit, just for a fact that a few mixed race Europeans can say, we ain't mixed race, we ain't a mixed race. You are. So, I done seen it now. I've been asking for years. Why not? They said follow the hate. Can't nobody hate you like blood. Can't nobody hate you like blood. Let me tell you. I have a sister who's underneath me. I was born first. My father didn't marry my mother. I was born first. 5 years by the time they came here. But she was the oldest of that family, of the marriage of her mother and my father. sperm donor. And she hated me. No matter how much love, attention, I thought she was great. I thought she was wonderful. She was a great gymnast, very smart. She could make up things. I mean, oh, she hated me to my bone marrow. It probably still does. I don't know any of her children. None. I don't know any because she set the rules. So that means no. So I don't know too much about their kids and coming over and seeing them and being invited. Hell, how about a telephone call back? To this day, and if you ask her, well, what did she do? What did I do to you? Nothing. Just be born. Just been born. So I know how blood can hate. So that's why these European Africans, that's where it comes from. And can't nothing change it until they decide to change themselves. But history took care of that. History told them that black Africans never did anything. They whitewashed it. They made it so only people who ever did anything were the European Africans. Not the African in them. And why they're doing these things. They don't even know themselves. Why everything we do is wonderful to them. All the music we make, the designs, even the sayings. Ain't nobody got time for all that. I seen that run through those European African communities. And they can't understand why do they connect so greatly to different things we do. You've been doing it. Since we crossed out of Africa into Europe. It's something that you're used to, your blood is used to, but you don't understand that. Because if you did, you'd be proud to have African in you. Proud. You go back and look at music. These European Africans, they claim classical music. They claim classical music. Well, the Africans brought that through and taught them. And of course, once they start mating with the Europeans, and it went back and forth and so forth and came up through and so on. But it started with the African. And what tipped my hand is how these African American musicians totally took that classical music, jazzed it up, hip-hopped it, bluesed it. That's a jazz it up. Turned it in, turned it out, turned it over. But yet, these European Africans, all they can lay claim to, because they erased the true history, is classical music. But that's all you hold on to. As black Africans, we've moved on. We have so much calypso. Ain't enough time on this walk for me to tell you all. But that's why classical music is so repetitive for them. They have to do it the same way, the same time, and because that keeps them saying they're unicorns. But if they knew the truth, they would just be honored that they have both bloods inside of them. But no, people think that they got black African blood in them. Let me tell you something about them Koreans. They don't give a damn. Black African blood, they go sit down and get a fucking transfusion. But they don't need that. They is doing it. They rapping. They is boozing it. Listen, that's the main thing I listen to Netflix for. I go into those Korean shows because them folks is... They don't care if you say they black because they know how to play jazz. They're honored. They say, everybody else think I'm black because I'm rapping. They're like, damn, we can rap. We down. Also, they do know their history. All came out of Africa. See, some back in the way back, some in the middle now. But they know. And that's freedom. But not on this penal colony, where every edict, every law, everything is so they won't think that they're black. I saw this video. This guy was sitting there, I think it was California, I don't know. And the police came over and they asked him to move it, they asked for ID, blah, 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 they did everything. And they told the man that he's under arrest. I mean, this big black African. They was trying to hook their arm around his neck. All them British, Israeli police officers move. But he was so big. He was the ones that came through out of Africa into Europe. That's that size. Whew, not us midgets now. But there's a few, he was that size. And he kept saying, they came back to him, we got a warrant for you. And he kept saying, check my ID. So they trying to take him down and everything. Finally, they checked his ID. He was like some kind of commissioner of like the police department or something like that. Like their total superiors. So then they had to backpedal. Let me tell you something about ignorant European Africans. They do not like that African that's inside them, and they definitely don't like the African that they see before them. So I hope all of them got fired. I hope all those European Africans got fired. So they can go back and they can sit with all the European Africans and say, they're black people. They're black people. Instead of looking in the mirror and saying, why did I bother this man? Why do we bother this man? He's just sitting down chilling. But they couldn't. They looked at him and said, oh, that's that black inside me that I be trying to keep control of. That's that black inside of me that they say is wild. Well, you are. Always fighting. Always fighting. But wait a minute, before I forget, y'all. I just be trying. I hope y'all try something. I know there's videos there that says, oh, this is how you do this hand exercise, and this is how you do that hand exercise, and that they're here for us. When we say do free things, ask your hands what you want. How you want me to grip this bowl and how you want me to grip this, you know? How I'm going to pick this up. I'll move this pot. uh, ooh. Now, Jeffrey Epstein's Black Book is supposed to be published. Let me tell you something. Prince Andrew was the only one that got caught up. But I assure you, all the other crowns and stuff, they done got their people out of that, off that list. They thought, redacted, 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 redacted. But you ain't really gonna know. You ain't really gonna know, because I know y'all think it's small things. Congress, President, Congress, even though this is a complete penal colony and these are wardens. But anyway, you never look at royalty other than in your fantasy princess knight stuff. You never see how really dangerous these people are and how perverse they really are. So if the crown is looking for some girls, it's the Jeffrey Epsteins they go for. Not Leroy the Pimp on the corner or the pimp in the pulpit. He goes for the Jeffrey Epsteins. And Jeffrey is gone, but there's many who has replaced him because supply and demand. They have those fetishes as royal and stuff like that. They're not going to be on that list of Jeffrey Epsteins. Now, who's that also not going to be on the list of Jeffrey Epsteins? People who got money to buy their names off. This is a penal colony, people. Countries have royal families. Penal colonies don't. Okay. So those who can pay to get off the list will get off the list. And those who, I don't know, y'all. I don't know. Those who can't, they're going to be the ones that showed. But I know the whole people say this. When they get a certain age on this penal colony, I know my father, my grandmother, and even my mother, and she died young. She knew. She said, you know something? These folks are liars. Did I just do a whole turnaround? These folks liars. They lie all the time. The first lie is they got no African in them. Second lie is they hate Africans because it's in them and there's no reason to hate. And then they lie after that. In court, if they catch you in a lie, your word don't mean nothing. This penal colony, full of fucking liars. So even in Jeffrey Epstein's book, Black Book, trust me, ain't gonna be nobody in there. Ain't gonna be nobody in there except those who could pay. And those who couldn't pay, those broke asses, it don't matter anyway. The truth is, this is a penal colony. The lie is, this is a country. Squeeze your gut, tuck in your elbow, neither up nor down. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1 for good luck. And the reason why this penal colony doesn't have a monarchy and stuff like that yet is because they would definitely have to annihilate, or they would, just the fact that a monarch would come in, the first thing they would do would be annihilate the 50 million, the 60 million, whatever African Americans on this penal colony. Because our ancestors are the reason for the penal colony. So to wipe out the history of the penal colony with the new made-up history, because that's what they do. That's what have to happen. That's why the ancestors is telling y'all right now, get your passport. Start connecting back to Africa. It's going to come a time when it's going to be fight or flight. Get ready to fight, y'all. Get ready to fight. Because they're trying to make this a country with a monarch. A monarchy. Squeeze your gut. Tuck in your elbow. Nod up, nod down. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1 for good luck. Yeah, y'all, yeah. So, even as we're now in 20, I remember when I was young, that's why I stopped. It was hard, but I had to make myself stop going for this delusion of what the new year is and all this kind of crap. Because it's a continuance. It's a continuance. I would always notice when I was at work that before that pagan holiday, where the woman gets raped by the god and has the baby in a shed, and that's why women get beat up the most during this holiday. But I couldn't understand how you were so nice, and all the way up to New Year's, and I'm going to change. And then the day after New Year's Day, or if I worked New Year's, you were the same scummy, scumbag, low-life European Africans that you was in that old year, as you said. It's just a continuance. So I used to get so disappointed because I was like, new year, new attitude, new. No. The same, I hate the African in me, so I hate all Africans. Come back every year. But when I stopped celebrating the new year, that's when I stopped my expectation of the change. And now, keep going on. Those European Africans are still the scummy bag that they always was. They still hating the African in them, thus hating the dark-skinned African that they see before them. And ain't nothing going to change that. Because that level of ignorance is just so ingrained. You better get your passport, y'all. You better connect to Africa. Spin the cup and send it to Africa, and they'll tell you where you come from. Spin the cup and send it here. They're going to reclassify you. They're going to say, people who have that gene have less brains than the people that got the other gene. They do it all the time. People who have this gene can't live in the neighborhood of the people that got the other gene. If you ain't spinning that cup, send it to Africa, don't spin it. Well, I'm trying to get in front of the cameras, y'all. Like, comment, share, tell uncle, tell auntie, tell a cousin, tell a friend, subscribe. See you tomorrow. Have a wonderful day. Thanks for coming on the walk.